Hello everyone, welcome to another Python tutorial series, and in this video I'm going to talk about Matplotlib tutorial number 7, histograms. So a histogram is a graphical display of data using bars of different heights. In a histogram, each bar groups numbers into ranges. Taller bars show that more data falls in that range, and a histogram displays the shape and the spread of continuous sample data. It is the most commonly used graph to show frequency distributions. So histograms look similar to bar charts, but they're very different in terms of what they're used for. Histograms are used to show distributions of variables, while bar charts are used to compare variables. Histogram plot quantitative data with ranges of the data grouped into bins or intervals, while bar charts plot categorical data. Okay, so let's look at an example. Say Joe is a restaurant owner and he wants to find out how long it takes to get his customers seated after they come in. He randomly selects 40 customers and writes down the minutes it took for each of them. For this case, we can use a histogram to show his findings because it is a distribution problem for one variable. So in order to demonstrate this problem, let's import our modules. So we will import matplotlib.pyplot as PLT. So what we do is just import the cell module, pyplot, and rewrite it as PLT. And we also want to put our data into a list. I have my pre-written data right here, which I'll just paste here. And this is a minutes list with all the data of our customers. Now, in order to show the histogram, you could just write plt.hist with the list inside, and the list is called minutes, and then plt.show. And now if you run this, you could see, that I have our data right here. So now I'm going to add my x and y labels as well as a title. So I'm going to write plt.x label for minutes, then the plt should be x label, then plt.y label for people. And then I'm also going to set a title by writing plt.title time takes to be seated. And if I run this, the data has not changed itself, but we have added labels such as this minutes, people, and we've also added the title of our data. Now, the default histogram shows the distribution of all the data. That is from the minimum to maximum right here. If for some reason you only want to show part of the data in some range, you can also do that. For example, if you only want to show the data in the range of 5 to 25, you can do that. And in order to do this, you need to add a range parameter inside of this plt.hist, and we'll have a range and set it equal to your boundaries. In this case, I'm going to set it to 5 and 25. And if I rerun this program, the labels for the minutes is from 5 to 25 instead of 5 to 35 now, because I've set a range for the minutes. Now I'm going to remove this range variable just for our data, and that's because I want to show the whole range. Now, for this plot, you see that I have 10 different bins. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And this number is automatically given. And we can specify the number of bins that we want using a bins parameter. So in this plt.hist, I'm going to add bins is equal to, and then I'm going to set the number of bins equal to 8. And now they should give us 8 different bins. And if I count this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, it gives us 8 bins correctly. And we can also specify the data range for each bin. For example, let's say you want to set the bin range for every 5 minutes. You can do that. So in order to do this, I'm going to create a new list, which is bins. I'm going to add data 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 20, 25, 30, 35. And we set the range for each bin and put it to a list. The range for the first bin is 0 to 5, which is including 0 but not 5. The range for the second bin is 5 to 10, which is including 5 but not 10, and so on. And for this range setup, there should be 7 bins in the histogram. And I want to make sure that before I run this, I change this bins is equal to 8 to bins is equal to bins. And this references this list. So now if I recount the number of bins, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it gives us 7 correct bins. And since we can set the data range for each bin, the bin lists for histogram can also be different. Each bin does not have to have the same width. Here, if we remove the 5 from this list, the first bin will have the range of 0 to 10, and it will be wider than the rest of the bins. And there you go. Now you see that this single bin is much wider than from 10 15, 25 to 30, 30 to 35, because this incorporates from 0 to 10. And now I'm going to add in the 5 bin. So far, all the bins are connected without a clear boundary. Is there a way that we can put a boundary between the neighboring bars? Well, yes, we can do that. And that is by adding a edge color parameter. So if I normally run it right now, it's hard to see where each bin is separated. So I'm going to add a edge color parameter right here and set it equal to red. I'll do this, and now if I run this, each bin is outlined with the color red, and now it's very easy to distinguish between different bins. And we can also make the histogram look like a bar chart by putting some different distance between them. And to do this, we will add a rwidth parameter. So I will set a rwidth is equal to 0.9, and normally the default is 1. So I'll set it to 0.9, and now we have space between each bar, or each bin. And finally, we can change the bar color using the color parameter. So normally the default color is blue, which you just saw, and to change that, I'm going to add a color parameter, set the color equal to green, and if I run this, now each bar is green. And you could obviously change this color to something different as well. And so this is the end of this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.